While Formula One is experiencing unprecedented popularity due to the Netflix series Drive to Survive, Formula E is struggling a little bit to break through to the main street, but that might be about to change because a new car, dubbed the 3.5, actually accelerates quicker than a Formula One car. Could that change things? I've come to Nissan's Formula E team to ask the boss whether it will. You probably get a bit tired of the comparison with Formula One, but F1 is going through an unprecedented sort of popularity increase because of Drive to Survive. But it feels like Formula E struggles a little bit to break through to that mainstream. Is that a fair question?
Actually, from the latest data we saw about the fandom and the TV broadcast reach and other values of social media a lot, season 10, we can tell that we have grown a lot as a sport. Specifically, Nissan Formula E team has grown a lot in terms of our KPIs, the reach we generate on social media and media, and the TV broadcast as well due to our performance in season 10. But in general, the sport is growing quite fast, to be honest. Then it cannot be compared to Formula One being around for 80 years or so and being at the peak of the pyramid of motorsport. But I believe that if we consider that Formula E has been around for 10 years, it has done an amazing job and in placing itself as a consolidated motorsport in the panorama of motorsport you can find around the world.
Yeah. So what changes are being introduced this year, both in terms of regulations and in terms of the car?
Well, in terms of technology, the car, in terms of technical specs, is pretty much the same apart from the bodywork, where we change some features and this will improve the aerodynamics on the car. But I would say the regulations is driving the main change, which is the possibility to use the front motor in all-wheel drive at the start and during the attack mode, and also the possibility to use the ultra-fast charging technology during the season. We don't know yet in which races, but it should be introduced during season 11. So these two areas are very important, especially the all-wheel drive, because it will increase the performance of the car even more compared to Gen 3, so compared to season 9 and season 10. It will deliver even more the message which is key to Formula E, which is this is a motorsport where performance is key, but it comes with efficiency. These are probably the cars which reach the highest level of compromise between performance and efficiency. We can reach more than 40% energy we need to finish the race.
Okay, what does that mean, 40% energy?
That if we were using the energy we have in the battery at the start, we wouldn't reach even half of the race. So we have to regenerate around 40-50% of the energy during the race to finish the race. So this is a level of efficiency that doesn't exist in other motorsport.
Okay, and that's a good segue into my next question, which is why is Nissan involved in Formula E?
Well, Nissan is one of the pioneering car brands in electrification. We launched actually the very first mass-produced electric vehicle in the world, the Nissan Leaf. So we have an extended experience in electrification. But not only in the past, we have a very ambitious plan that we call Ambition 2030. So we are electrifying all our portfolio in the key regions. In Europe specifically, we will sell 100% electrified vehicles by 2030. So because there is this huge transformation of the business, for us when it comes to racing, Formula E presented a unique opportunity to promote our plan, but to promote it not only with marketing, PR, and the global brand platform where we show that our expertise in electrification can be utilized in racing as well, but also to use it as a R&D platform, because Formula E not only is the most important full electric powertrain motorsport, but I believe is also one of the most relevant for automotive in terms of R&D generation. So when we develop these cars, probably 90% of what we spend in terms of R&D is relevant for automotive, because it's all focused on the efficiency of the hardware of the powertrain and all the control system and the software which manage the vehicle efficiency. And these two areas are key when you develop electric vehicles as well. The
So there's a
efficiency-
lot of technology transfer from Formula E to road cars.
technical learnings, definitely. You cannot transfer the motor and the inverter and the gearbox we developed for Formula E in the road homologated car, of course. But the learnings, the solutions, the engineering solutions you utilized in Formula E can be applied in cars in the future. Also related to the software, not just to the design of the hardware. And actually, vice versa as well. The Gen 3 Evo car of Nissan Formula E team has been improved compared to the Gen 3 using some solutions the Nissan tested before for the road cars. You can imagine the amount of R&D investment of a big company like Nissan, how many solutions in the design of the gearbox and the motor are tested before you actually develop a powertrain. And some of those have been investigated by our Formula E team to understand if they could improve the efficiency of the current powertrain. And one of those has been actually utilized, and we inspired the design of the Gen 3 Evo powertrain utilizing one of those solutions.
Okay, tell me about your drivers this year.
Well, we have confirmed Oliver Roland, who had an amazing season last year. He finished 4th in the championship, but probably could have finished even above this position, considering that he lost 2 races, so he could have done even more.
Someone for the Brits to cheer on.
Yes, exactly. And then we have a callback Norman Nato. The same way Oliver was racing for us in the past, and then he had 1 season or 2 seasons with another team, and then he came back and having this astonishing result last year. We hope that we are doing the same with Norman Nato, who drove for us 1 season, achieving 1 podium, and now is back. And we hope that his experience added to the experience of Oliver will allow us to fight for the championship until the end.
Yeah, so those your expectations. You think you have a good chance of winning the championship?
Well, next year we have 3 championships. We have the driver championship, the team championship, and the manufacturer championship. Last year we arrived 4th, and 3rd, respectively, in these 3 championships. So I would say that we expect in season 11 to be fighting for at least one of those until the very end.
Okay. Why should people watch Formula E this season, do you think?
First of all, I find Formula E very fun to watch. I might be biased, but there are a lot of overtakes. It's very short in time, so it's very dynamic. There is a lot happening in 45-50 minutes, so there is a lot of action. Also, the qualifying format is unique in motorsport. You have a first run where you select the top 8 drivers, and then you have duels 1-to-1, which doesn't happen in any other motorsport. So it's very unique when you watch it. So if you want to see something which is different from any other motorsport, even out of curiosity, you should try it. But secondly, I think that is a very fun and exciting way to put into motorsport what is happening in one of the most important industry in the world, which is mobility. The transformation of mobility, not just car business, but mobility, is all about electrification, efficiency, and performance in some areas. So Formula E is bringing all this in motorsport. And I think it's very unique in history that motorsport is bringing, in a fun and exciting way, a message which is carried by the whole industry in this moment of time. And Nissan is one of the leaders in it. But there are many other car brands transforming in this direction. So I think there is an intellectual element of curiosity to add to the excitement of the racing.